Right, we've got to finish up this last little bit of Sumeru that I kind of poked a little bit during my affiliate stream. But we got the last little bit to finish up, so I want to make sure we get that done. Because it's going to be minutes. So, let's get that done and we can start on Lantern Rite. We might have to have a couple of Lantern Rite streams this week, but that's okay. Still a little bit salty about Liberation. And then I've got to decide what to play after Liberation. Exciting stuff.
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time. Everything has already been prepared.
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well, except for the guests.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guests? It's affecting our arrangements.
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides, it never hurts to get things ready in advance.
I was thinking the same thing. The feast will be held sooner or later, right? Hey, Nilu!
Hello!
Traveler, Paimon!
We got your letter, so here we are!
We didn't respond, we just showed up.
You're the best! The other guests haven't even replied yet.
Huh? Are we the only ones that have arrived?
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still busy with other things.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, they shouldn't just ignore your request like this. Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity, after all.
Of course you're right.
You have no idea how happy I am to talk to people with good taste.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then almost everybody has good taste. Because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
Aww.
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have a great eye. Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time. I think these two may win.
Nonsense. It is not for us to determine the value of an audience. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine called a camera that can record people's appearances as pictures. Such pictures would make superb gifts.
Ooh, good idea. I wonder where we can find one.
I have one.
You guys are so funny. There's really no need for that. I'm satisfied just being able to perform here.
There's always a lot going on at the Grand Bazaar.
Yeah, and that's why I love it here. Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if the letters were actually delivered? If for some reason they didn't receive the letters, then please tell everyone that there will be a feast here.
Okay.
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is going now.
When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dia was in Port Ormos, and Alhaitham was at the Academia.
Oh, so we got to go
As
track
for
everyone
Sino,
down.
We've only heard that he appears at the Academia from time to time. I'm not too sure about Rahman's whereabouts. My guess is that he's with Dia. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her. If you have time, please ask about her for me.
You got it, Neely.
Got it. Let's go, Traveler.
Let's go round up some party guests. Right, Alhaitham. He's off being a king somewhere, I presume. Figuratively speaking, obviously. There we go.
We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there.
Okie dokie.
Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the House of Dana. You should be able to find him there. But you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today. He must be quite the busy man.
Oh? Who else was looking for him?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. And now you two are here. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
Relationship, huh? Spilling the tea, Jeff.
No way. We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's as interested in rumors about the sages as I am.
I've been pretty interested in this gossip. Let's gossip about it. Wait, no, where are you going? Ah! Okay, fine. Where are they?
Alhaitham should be around here somewhere, right?
That's a theory. There he is.
Oh, he's over there. But it looks like he might not have time for us.
So are you talking to someone else?
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book like this in Sumeru?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already know the inside story.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage too.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
Huh. What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt sincerity?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment, and anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
Good God.
You... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
Lovers quarrel.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Just fuck already.
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Let's see how this plays out. We're not in a rush anyway.
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, when are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably wouldn't understand. Which is truly unfortunate. I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about beauty and romance. Unlike a true... hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumeru needed me most?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking about?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage. Yours, though, on the other hand...
Oh shit.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Oh. That chemistry is hella addictive.
Hey, Alhaitham.
Hello.
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilu. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating Zaino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra.
If she addressed the letter to Alhaitham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only now have some free time to attend to personal matters.
Have you always been so busy with your work?
Probably.
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole Academia was practically turned upside down.
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of their lives there.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the Academia. I don't know where to begin.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kinda strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6 great schools sounded pretty impressive too.
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves to the 6 great schools have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the Academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar, and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
Reset
So who's
them.
managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to find someone new?
Yes. Normally, new sages are selected based on a strict set of criteria.
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the Academia. But I refused.
What?
Huh? But why? Ugh, can't you be a little more ambitious?
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Oh, all right. So are you busy these days trying to find others to take the job?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the Academia before the new sages take office.
He's still a leader now, even if it's just temporary.
And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
By the way, who was that other person just now? Is he your friend?
Do we look like friends?
No, you look like lovers.
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's asking.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar scholars, which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Thanks for your hard work these days.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration feast in 2 days.
All right, I'll see you there.
See you there. Poor Orbos. No! Let me down! Okay. Meow.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could
Oh,
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
It's been a while. How are you doing?
she looks so good!
So long since we've seen you.
Oh, I'm so happy.
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been happier in my entire life. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah. Didn't expect to see you here. We literally came here to find you, but we didn't expect to see you here.
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits die hard.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test again.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever. Are you getting bored already?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that I'm still a mercenary through and through. Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as a desert dweller, I'm still not completely ready to settle down on this side of the wall.
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a message.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that. I thought he was joking.
We just came from talking with Alhaitham at the Academia.
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the Academia?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the Academia, but only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great dressed up as a scholar.
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find some work in the Academia.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super amazing.
Aww.
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however I choose. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A
Especially.
lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory for me.
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again.
I guess being free is just a part of how Dia operates.
Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. That makes me happy too. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to work while I still can.
Huh? But wait a second. You make it sound like you're leaving now.
Well, no, not yet at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around until next week.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were wondering if you had received a letter from Nilu.
Oh, did Nilu write to us?
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter here.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying at. My lady has been very energetic lately and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night. By the time we get back, the receptionist is usually off napping on the job.
Fair enough.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is also usually dozing off.
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is always asleep.
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check later.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to come and check on that.
The postal system is just falling apart.
Sorry to make
in
you
all
two come all
sorts
the
of
way out
ways.
here.
It must be something important for Nilu to specifically write to us like that.
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. She was hoping you could come.
Great! I'll be sure to attend.
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking like this?
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything, I think she wants to see us as our most natural selves.
Queen
All
shit.
right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't forget.
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll see you there.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Sino and Raman are?
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one knows his whereabouts.
Oh,
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru village. You can try your luck there. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. You can ask Sino when you meet him.
Okie dokie.
Don't mention it. You better get going.
Bye!
on to our next stop.
It's taking longer than I thought. Meow. I forgot about the Genshin. You have to go and visit all the characters and travel around the entire region.
Take it
End of
easy.
our conquest deal. Sino!
It's been a while since we last visited Aru village. Ah, there's Sino.
Hello!
Hmm.
It's been a while.
What brings you here?
You?
We recovered well, and Tainari agreed to let us leave, so now we're out and about again.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
Mm-hmm. And Tainari is recovering well, too.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought
He
us
sounds
to him when we
relaxed
lost
the first
consciousness,
time.
right?
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best place for you.
But why are you just standing here like a dead tree?
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean Candace?
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place. You can go there if you'd like to see them. But you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble and need us to help now.
Roman! And, huh? Sataria?
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
How have you been doing lately?
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah,
Or do you have
you go
to?
ahead.
Alright, well, I suppose I should start by saying I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, you could say I've found a new identity. I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar, but I have not completely given up on my relationship to knowledge either.
I can see what you're saying now.
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert.
Aw,
She can't teach everyone on
that's sweet.
her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas to the Eremites.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go educate more people. That is the true meaning of education and the spreading of knowledge.
Nice.
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Sataria is more than welcome to come teach here. Her arrival is like a star shining in the desert night. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost in the night. They lead those in the dark out of trouble and back to safety.
Oh, please, where's all of this coming from? I'm starting to feel a little embarrassed.
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death, which is why we recognize extraordinary actions that common people would easily overlook.
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that the academia doesn't allow scholars to teach in the desert without permission. As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few desert dwellers are as lucky as me. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart, as if there were lightning bolts constantly bombarding my soul. Sataria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the academia's grasp on you will become. Sataria, why haven't you gone home? Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
Miss,
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I had to bring something back to my people after going home. I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't belong there anymore.
Azar has received much needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light. You probably have already heard.
Yeah.
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss collaboration with members of the Eremites. My plan was able to go smoothly thanks to him and Rahman.
You're all doing so much for the desert.
aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss with Sino.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her, and part of it required the assistance of the Eremites. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by Lesser Lord Kusanali. I believe the people will make good use of them.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items. If it weren't for Sino and Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'm afraid we'd never be able to get our hands on them.
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. I'll let you and Sataria know as soon as I have any more news. We must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources to ensure long-term effectiveness.
Hell
This
yeah.
is the first time in hundreds
Political
of years
policy.
we've had a glimmer of hope. I think this may be the turning point for the desert. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see the wisdom and glory that once shook the world.
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss some business too?
not at all. We're actually here on behalf of Nilu. Nilu wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent, so she asked us to come find everyone personally. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. She hopes that all of you will be able to attend. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. Although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated. Paimon thought you would only start working for the Academia after the feast.
He doesn't stop
Celebration?
working.
Feast?
He doesn't know.
It's the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right. He really didn't know.
This feast is for you, Sino. Sounds to me like you'll have to be there.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like feasts very much.
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after Miss Sataria in the desert, so I'll have to pass.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, if you'd be so kind, please give a message to Miss Nilu for me.
Party poopers.
The message is, I'm sorry for how I treated you before, but now I understand the beauty of your dance. It's like a light shining in the sky. You and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, but also lively and powerful, so much so that it was prohibited. Please keep dancing, and someday I'll be able to appreciate your art in person.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember, party's in 2 days. Make sure you're there.
Got it.
He sounded so relaxed and chill until he mentioned that he needs to come to a social gathering. Now he's like, ew, no, stop. Ooh, Lantern Rite gifts.
Today's the big day. Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming.
Let's go. I want to get this done so that we can move on to Lantern Rite stuff. At least want to get the first section done today.
Take it easy.
Hey everybody!
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Don't sound so depressed,
Ah,
Sino.
there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
Wow.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very happy to see you here.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Why is everyone
Nah,
roasting
there won't be any
us?
speeches today.
Be
Oh, really?
nice.
Well, even better.
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks, and chat about all sorts of fun things.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow, Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious food here.
The feast and celebration, General Mahamatra in the Grand Bazaar goes as planned. Drinks are flowing and food is delicious. Everyone eats and drinks before enjoying the performance prepared by Nilu and everyone in the Grand Bazaar. Okay. Time passes gradually. The wonderful atmosphere and the beautiful evening always feels like a dream.
It's so delicious! Oh, this grilled meat tastes amazing!
The food was was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that were sent by the residents of Sumeru City when they heard we were holding a feast. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru, and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero. I could get used to this.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear it.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
Hell yeah.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully. Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah, everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success.
Woohoo!
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned. Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
No, you're fine.
No, everything you said is correct.
Everyone's memories are
That's good.
changed.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru, and what did they do in return?
Seems everyone forgot Greater Lord Rikudavata. Their understanding of Sumeru's history also changed. Oh no, that's sad.
If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right, Sino?
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision, and won't interfere in any way. While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the Academia right now.
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar for my own personal gain.
But seriously, though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives behind it.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my life.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us and came up with all those plans?
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot of things that I must do.
Even so, Keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more every day. Just like I'm doing now.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Right. Stop to Neely first.
There you are, traveler.
Hi.
Well, how is it? Are you enjoying the feast today? If there's anything you're unhappy with, just let me know. I'll be sure to take note of it.
It's great. Thanks for inviting me.
That's good. It's the first time I've ever invited so many exceptional people to one place. I was a little nervous myself. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. It's unbelievable that we've got everyone together here. Almost like a fairy tale. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy as long as you're enjoying yourselves.
We have a message to tell you.
I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance in the future, I would really like to invite her to one of my performances. I can't explain why, but I just feel elated right now. Thank you.
Aww. Hey, Grumpy Butt.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings, but the atmosphere here is quite good. No. This gathering today has a unique meaning. The Grand Bazaar is lively because the people here feel happiness from the bottom of their hearts, unlike the farces at the Academia. That happiness is an emotion that'll be forever alien to those bookworms who have driven themselves insane by studying. I seem to have taken both keys when I left the house. Oh well.
Oh my god, he did it to spite him. Alright, let's leave Grumpy Butt Part 2 to the end. Hello, guys.
My lady, the grilled meat over there is delicious. Have you tried it?
Yes, I also tried some fruit just now. Oh, they're very sweet. What an amazing place to relax. No wonder everybody likes to rest at the Grand Bazaar.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited everybody. Oh, now I have the chance to meet all the heroes.
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drinking. The feast is about having fun, not stuffy formalities.
Right. Grumpy Butt Part 2.
The atmosphere here is good, and everything is delicious.
Must be right to see you at such a lively gathering.
Yeah. I don't often come to such places, but it feels quite good. I have a lot to handle these days. Otherwise, I could show you around. There's always next time. We're friends after all.
Friends!
This feast is pretty good. I like it.
Yay! The Grumpy Butts are happy.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You wake up once you've put something yummy in your tummy.
Really?
Of course. Just wait here for Paimon.
It's because I didn't sleep well last night. But I'm sleepy all of a sudden, or is it because I'm too full? Seems like someone is there. What?
It's me.
Nahida!
You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, I had made a connection with you. The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. I wanted to have a look for myself, so I snuck in.
Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time.
Oh, bless you.
Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help me with. Please say thank you to everyone for me.
Of course.
Oh. Is it not convenient for you to do that for me?
Some things in the world must be done by yourself.
But if I just show up all of a sudden, people will become all quiet and stiff, won't they? What if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? That'd be the last thing I want.
It'll be fine, don't worry too much.
Let me think about it. Okay. Yes, I have.
You can do it.
You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So, I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The flora also climbs up to the fence to get closer to the sky.
Oh god. At least probably won't say anything weird when you're in my body.
Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up. What's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Of course.
Yes. I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation. Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Tevat would have suffered great misfortune. People refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I didn't even have a chance to do anything for you. You don't have to do this.
Dunyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect you.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hoped you liked the dance I dedicated to you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Feast ends perfect. Next day.
Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon, the Sage of Gluttony! Alright, since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat with Nahida? She should be in the academia right about now. If you have any questions, now's your chance to ask.
Chubbies. Been having some gastro symptoms for like a month. They're horrendous. When I went to the loo just now, I just got like the absolute kicking. Oh no, my tummy doesn't feel well. That's okay. Hello, Nahida.
Hello, Traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happiness and joy, like a candle floating on water.
So are we, and that's why we're here to talk with you.
Is there anything you want to know? After recent events, the Akasha can no longer function as it used to. I've given it some thought, and have decided to shut it down permanently. But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, I've been planning to shut it down. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity and curtailed the number of paths available to them. I don't think this is good for Sumeru. Although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with the loss of the Akasha, they will soon understand that this life is more suitable for them. And as for the future of Sumeru, I'm preparing to regain control of the academia. The former sages have received their punishment, but the new sages have yet to be selected. I will oversee the process personally. I hope that the new 6 great sages will be more focused on academics. Sumeru needs such leaders more than ever. The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. All the residents of the desert, in fact. They have been mistreated for far too long. I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild everything, but no matter if it's culture, friendship, or trust, we will rebuild it.
I fell asleep that day.
You mean, what happened after the doctor put you to sleep?
Did you take the notices?
You guessed correctly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. I was no match for him in that kind of situation.
He's okay.
However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fair deal with the doctor. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just a bluff, he still fell for it. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the God of Wisdom. He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a feather. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful features. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't do any evil. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things may be very clear from my perspective, but he is still yet to understand them himself. His future will be determined by fate.
Right, about Fontaine.
Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice? As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system.
Does their Archon personally judge people?
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Focalor, won't preside over individual trials. However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say she's got, a very unique personality. Are you sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about yet?
Huh? You mean...
About your sister. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your sister.
Both came from beyond the Sea of Stars.
Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat? So there shouldn't be anything on him or his sister.
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you. However, there must be something different about your sister. Because, as it turns out, the world has recorded information on her after all.
What?
What on earth?
There is only one possible explanation. She belongs to this world.
How is that possible? We journeyed the Sea of Stars all our lives until we came here. How could she possibly hail from Teyvat? Things don't add up. There's something wrong with our memories? Or is the world... Or is it this world that has done something to her?
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
Do you have any further intel?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, she began her journey through the 7 nations of Teyvat. But just as her journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on her suddenly become fuzzy.
What do you mean, fuzzy? Did something happen to her?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating her fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
Could it be related to the Abyss?
But even that wouldn't explain how she somehow comes from this world.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
What's a Descender? Paimon's never heard of it.
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my gnosis, right? A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Teyvat's 4th Descender.
4th.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler, and his sister isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first Descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other Descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some time.
Paimon's head's about to burst from all this crazy new information.
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. I must say, I truly regret that I can't help you more as the God of Wisdom. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each one of them. And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from Sumeru. I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed or recorded by this world. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate.
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida.
The pleasure is
thanks,
all
Nahida.
mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes, and maybe I'll appear in your dreams.
She's so sweet. Woo! Bye, Nahida. Right, that's that done. Seven days, 19 hours and 37 minutes. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, chapter 3, act 6. Oh, okay, there's another section of this. Right, I'm gonna leave it there. Cause we gotta do this. Like, now. Right, we'll do part 6 later. It's that time of year again, guys. Poor Hutao.
Look, it's Hutao! She looks kind of troubled. Shall we go say hi? Hey! Stop right there, heroes!
Changling!
What the? Oh, Xiangling! I was just kidding around. Happy Lantern Rite! Hope I didn't scare ya. Nah, of course not. We were just about to go say hi to Hutao. I noticed, which is why I stopped you. We can't disturb her now or we won't get to see the brand spanking new Director Who. Well, I gave her a new outfit as a gift, but she's so used to her uniform that she's hesitant to try it on. Ooh, what kind of outfit is it? A bright red one, of course. The color of prosperity and the color of Lantern Rite.
Excellent.
But just so you're aware, Hutao's not really been herself lately. Whenever I invite her to hang out, she either finds an excuse not to come or spends the whole time staring into space. I've tried asking her what's wrong, but she won't even admit there's a problem. Anyway, so that outfit was my way of saying that I'm here as her friend, and I hope she'll feel better soon. Paimon was just thinking that she looked kind of troubled.
Guess who? Must have missed me a lot.
Wow, Hutao! Is that a new outfit? It looks great!
Aw, that's actually very pretty.
Nope. The tailor happened to be in Liyue looking for a change of scenery and fresh inspiration. We got talking and really hit it off. So it was no trouble at all.
You have exquisite taste.
Oh, stop! I'm just glad you like it.
What's been bothering you?
Your voice is as sweet as ever, Hutao, but we're your friends. You can't hide how you're feeling from us, no matter how hard you may try.
I'm wasn't trying to hide anything from you, I promise. It's just I've been struggling with a work-related thing.
Work-related? You mean the funeral parlor?
It's Lantern Rite. Don't want you worrying about me when you're supposed to be enjoying the festival. Everything will be A-okay.
You stressing about work? That's gotta be a first. Guess it must be something super complicated, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's okay. She knows what to do.
Huh? You think Kuchin would be able to help?
Yes, of course.
Good idea! Especially since it's festival season. I heard the Ministry of Civil Affairs is putting on a street fair with loads of cool stuff to do. Forget about work for now, Hu Tao. Come have fun with us.
Yeah, take some time to relax and recover your energy. Then you'll knock this thing out in no time. Aw, really? You sure you can't get out of it?
How about this? You guys go ahead and I'll meet you at the fair when it's done.
Okay, fair enough. But don't take too long. And after the fair, how about we all have a meal at Wanmin Restaurant? My treat, of course.
Count me in. Never turned down Chinese cooking.
Me neither! Paimon's drooling already.
We begin the quest. Lantern Rite quest.
Take it easy.
This is a custom gift envelope store. You can pick your preferred design. Oh. Cool. Yeah.
I take it these coins go inside the envelope? They look a little different from regular Mora.
Special edition fortune coins offered by the coin office. There are 12 designs in total. Each engraves motifs and the one sigils that represent different things.
The sign of Vice Ravana! Yes, originally an exorcism sigil, widely used in thaumaturgy. These days, it's used as a lucky charm to prevent disaster and bring favor. Quite popular with business owners, hoping for peace and prosperity.
Yes.
Oh, I interrupted you, didn't I? Oh, sorry. I just got a little carried away. I meant no offense, Lady Yuhong. You flatter me, Lady Yuhong. My family are but distant relatives. We would hardly consider ourselves the true heirs to that illustrious lineage.
I need to be humble. Cool.
Well, I won't deny that I pride myself on my level of learning. So by all means, it would be my pleasure to assist the Lady Yuhong.
Ka-ching! Hard at work with the festivities as usual, huh?
Hard at work. Don't even go there. The Ministry of Civil Affairs has so much to do this Lantern Rite. Before I forget, this is Madame Lan Yan, Master Craftswoman. Kindly agreed to help the Ministry of Civil Affairs this year's street fair.
Wow, nice to meet you, Madame Lan.
Yes, nice to meet you.
The Traveler, his buddy Paimon, and Xiangling. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Interrupted again, didn't I? It's just quite exciting. Meeting these 3 people I've heard so much about. I never imagined I'd get the chance. I think you mean 2 people, right? I'm just a chef. A good one, but it's not that much to get excited about. You don't need to include me just to be polite. I beg to differ. The first meal I ate in Liyue Harbor was at Wanmin Restaurant. Xiangling's cooking gave my taste buds plenty to be excited about.
Nice to meet a master craftswoman.
Please, call me Lanyan. And I'm no master craftswoman. Just a humble maker of handicrafts.
Sure, anybody who's seen your work would disagree. Okay. What have you got to show us? I would love to see. Crafts for you and me. Crafts. Here it is. This is a game for Street Fair. Oh, there are 8 return figures in total. Let's see some ingenious design work. They can move around on their own.
Sounds amazing! But what are the 8 adepts? Are they like adepti?
They're not actual adepti, but 8 legendary people are said to have adeptus-like abilities, which earned them the title of the 8 Adepts.
Wow, Paimon's never heard that story before.
Only around for a short time, it was 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, so the stories aren't nearly as well known as the actual adepti. Also, did you notice this year's Mingzhou Lantern when you arrived in the harbour?
Shaped like a huge tree, right?
It said during the Archon War period there's a divine mountain in Liyue with a giant tree at its summit. The tree was also a god named Tao Du.
Oh! I think I heard that one from a storyteller once. The sanctification of Tao Du. So Tao Du is the giant tree?
And this tree is also a god? Epic. Behind Tao Du was the realm of the dead.
Even today, in my hometown, people still say things like, "You'll never cross Mount Tao Du when you die." It's very insulting, though, so don't go around repeating it.
Noted. When the Archon War arrived, Tao Du was dragged into the fighting, disturbing the realm of the dead. The boundary between life and death became blood, and death began to encroach on the realm of the living.
Oh no! And then what?
That's where the sanctification of Tao Du comes in. The 8 adepts rose up to solve the crisis, and laid down a great magic array to purify Tao Du.
Hello, Stave. I hope you're feeling better now. Yeah, we're on to a little bit of Lantern Rite today. After that, Tao Du's remains sank into the leylands and became a border separating the living of Liyue from the dead.
Wait! The border? The border between life and death? That's where it comes from?
So the legends say, but who knows if it's true?
Who knows?
Those 8 adepts must be super powerful if they could purify a god. Are we sure they weren't just adepti?
Yep. And in fact, their tale specifically emphasizes that most of them were ordinary humans.
If I remember right, they were from several groups that joined forces. A Guixiang one, a Lianshan one, and...
Right! The 3 hermits of Guizhang, the 2 sages of Lianshan, and the 3 beasts of Tao Du. Collectively, the 8 adepts. The mainstream narrative holds that the Guizhang hermits and the Lianshan sages were human.
Did too much and took too much insulin, didn't stop. Perfect opportunity for you to slow down and listen to what your body needs. Wind Reader. Hailed from the 12 tribes in Zhenyu Vale.
That's certainly what the clan genealogies claim, although my personal knowledge of Chiman divination is very patchy.
The second hermit story is somewhat more amusing. He mastered the art of fishing with a rod and line.
Seriously? Did Shinsho tell you that? Because it sounds like something right out of a martial arts novel. So what about the 3rd hermit?
That would be Wu Wang Kid, also known as Old Man Wu Wang. Story goes that he always presented himself in child form as a hermit. His expertise lay with Guiyang sigils, which he used to catch demons, heal disease, and protect lives from the encroaching presence of death. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor should be best acquainted with this story, since their founders were said to have studied under them when kid. Just ordinary people like you and me, but when faced with mounting disasters, they used what strength they had to guard the border between life and death. Fortunately, they were aided by their knowledge of the secret art, which the funeral parlor still practices to this day.
So it's true? The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor really does have a secret art?
I heard from Hu Tao that she has a flaming staff handed down by her forebears. Apparently it has special powers used for cleansing rituals. But it could just be another one of her tall tales. Oh, you probably haven't met Hu Tao yet, have you? She's the director at the funeral parlor.
I've never had the pleasure, but I've certainly heard of Director Hu Tao.
Okay, well these Guizhong hermits sound pretty legit. How about the two sages and the three beasts? What's their story?
One was Sage Hu, master of gold crafts, and the other was Sage Jian, an expert in bronze mirrors. Very little information survives on these two, all we know is they practice the secret art of Lianshan.
I heard there's a hidden palace deep in the mountains south of the Stone Gate. Traditionally, that's believed to be where they retreated for cultivation.
Bought boxes to put things away in storage, went to the supermarket, order food, then washed the kitchen, cleaned the floor, hoovered, then collapsed. Yeah, you did too much today, Dave. You really need to be looking after yourself. And I understand the urge to get things done because I'm 100% feeling it as well. With the move encroaching on us. With a slow but definitely steady pace. It will soon be upon us, and I'm freaking out about it. But you can't do too much, or you're gonna end up setting yourself back. I know there's a lot to do, but that's my point. I understand the compulsion to do all the things, but you sometimes need to not do all of the things in order to be okay. Like, we've got stuff to do. We've got electronics we've got to take down to Curry's to get them recycled properly. We have got multiple bags of donations to take to the charity shop. We've still got a pack. Yeah. You need to do it at a pace that is sensible for you. I know you want to get it done as soon as possible, but if you make yourself ill, like, you were very close to ending up in hospital, which would have set you back at least 3 or 4 days. So be sensible, rest, and pace yourself, goddammit.
So, what were they? Monsters or something?
They were Ganyu?
Huh? All 3 of them?
Hi, Ganyu!
Oh, right, Ganyu's here. Okay.
Happy luck to meet Ganyu. Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Of course not.
Never. Can do no wrong. What is it? Ningwang's back? Yes, the others have arrived too. Got it, thanks. My apologies everyone, I've got to go. Ganyu and I have got some important work to attend to.
Aw, what? Not you too? Seems like everyone's busy with work.
Ugh. You know, it's like festive season is upon us. All systems go. Ministry of Civil Affairs, don't worry, everything's fine. Bye-bye. Don't forget to take breaks. Look after yourself. The traveller is saying to Ganyu what I have just said to Dave.
The traveler's being especially nice today, checking in on everyone's well-being. Well, what other option does he have? It's not like he can drag them away from their desks and force them to have fun against their will.
Well, can we?
I actually have something I need to do as well. So I should get to the Wangshang funeral parlor.
Oh, are you looking for Hu Tao? She's supposed to meet us here so we can grab lunch. Why don't you come with? If you don't mind the extra company, of course.
Not at all. I'd love to. What a nice surprise.
Yay! Friend.
Perfect! Hu Tao should have joined us here by now. I guess her meeting overran. Why don't we head to the funeral parlor? Okay, let's go!
Let's go!
What are all these Mora for? They're huge! And so shiny!
Lady Yuhong said they're fortune coins. Go on, give them a rub. It'll bring you good luck.
You see any more?
Are these lanterns? Nope. They're toys that shoot fireworks. New to this year's festival. You should try them, Paimon. Whoa, it's beautiful!
I already know what I'm doing. Aha, so once we reach that we can get constellation. Outfit. There's also Primo Gems attached. Love it.
Someone needs assistance.
I'm a little confused, but it's fine. In other words, pull that on. You'd like to go without the drums?
Exactly. Since this has come at such a festive time, I'd rather keep things low-key to avoid disturbing the celebrations.
Understood. What about paper effigies for burning? Empty mansions, chariots, boats, or sedan shows?
Sure, but let's stick with something small. His lordship has never been a fan of ostentation.
In that case, how about an effigy of a silk gown, something to please the family but not over the top?
It sounds perfect. You think of everything, Director Who.
Great. Will you be providing your own Cinerary casket?
Yes. His lordship had one made 2 years ago, in fact. He sourced an excellent block of gloomwood and had an artisan convert it into a casket. It's currently being stored at the old family house at Yilong Wharf.
Gloomwood is a good choice. Flame resistant, water resistant, insect resistant. Now what about the mourning tent and the procession? You can certainly keep them simple, but I wouldn't recommend foregoing them entirely. Don't want the public speculating as to whether Fae Commerce Guild couldn't seem to afford a property there.
It's like you read my mind. Master expressed the same concern, but he also said he has full confidence in the Wangshang Funeral Parlor's judgment in this area.
Okay. Very well, then my suggestion of the tent would be sloped roofs. One with a ridge spine, 2 with the curves on top. 36 seats, no more, no less. One with fresh silk covers, not just any silk, should be decorated with the Faian symbols. At the front, we want a moon gate, a grand preceptor armchair, and bamboo railing, sufficiently grand but tasteful and measured.
That sounds ideal. Oh, and we should put some rugs down. Make them tortoiseshell. His lordship is very fond of that color.
How about the procession?
Master requested no music procession, but 16 pallbearers. Nothing flashy. Plain clothes will do, as long as they're smart and all dressed the same. Open sedan chair, please, with 4 pairs of white plaques and 20 pairs of red plaques.
Petty ceremonial weaponry.
Yes. 2 sets of gold weaponry and 2 sets of soul banners, 4 items per set.
The gold weaponry 4-piece set would be a mace, battle axe, stirrup, and fist. To each of those. We could do 2 clear passage banners plus 2 each of flying tiger, flying carp, and flying turtle banners.
That will do nicely. For the hanging banner, we want an octagonal tube with 8 tassels per corner and a dome of red gauze covering the top. As for the portrait pavilion, we're looking to do 1 incense pavilion with 2 spare rooms. One is a changing room, the other is a display room, and we'd like a plain white cover over the whole thing.
She will die embroidered.
Ah, I knew I missed something. The family neglected to consider that in their sorrow, but it's a minor detail. What would your suggestion be?
With Fae Commerce Guild is a large and prosperous family with 4 generations living under one roof. As the founder of his family, his lordship could not be more blessed. Added to that, he has reached an ripe old age and lived the verge of his life and is spending his final days in peace and comfort. After all, he has lived a very complete life. I recommend embroidering a bats of longevity motif and a cranes and deer of youth motif to pass on his good fortune to the next generation.
Excellent! I must say, Director Who, you really understand your clients.
Of course, think nothing of it.
Greetings, Director Who. Lady Ningguang has arrived, and she would be most grateful if you could join her at Yujing Terrace.
That was quick. I'll head over in 2 ticks. My sincere apologies, but I have another meeting to get to.
Of course. I've taken plenty of your time already. Don't let me keep you.
Oakley dokley. I'll leave you to follow up on the Fae funeral arrangements.
Of course, Director. I'll handle it.
The Who family is truly blessed. It seems their directors go from strength to strength with each generation.
I agree. She was born for the job.
Ah, yes, Madam Undertaker. I didn't get the chance to discuss payment with the director.
There's no rush. I gathered from your conversation that the situation is still unfolding. This was just an initial meeting, so that we can make advanced preparations, yes?
That's right. Master asked me to come a few days ahead of time so that things aren't rushed at the last minute. On that note, please do keep everything strictly confidential for now. No public announcements.
Of course. You have my word.
Thanks. Could I trouble you for a pro forma invoice? Easier for the family to review that way.
I'll get that to you in due course. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Hey, Fairy! We're looking for Hu Tao. Is she here?
You just missed her, unfortunately. She's attending a meeting elsewhere.
Oh. Any idea when she'll be back?
She didn't say, but she only left a moment ago. She could be some time. If it's anything urgent, I'd be happy to take a message for you and I'll relay it to her as soon as she returns.
Oh, no, it's nothing urgent.
If you'd prefer to speak with her directly...
Oh,
Three.
I've touched 3.
Well, this sucks. Paimon thought Hu Tao would be done with work by now.
I guess she's got more on her plate than we realized. Well, there's not much point in hanging around here. Why don't we go eat and come back later?
Okay.
Paimon is getting a little hungry. But shouldn't we wait for Hu Tao?
It sounded like she's gonna be a while. Besides, I can always fire up the stove again when she's back.
Okay, sounds good. Madame Lan, you must be getting hungry too, right? You should come with us.
Lunchtime. Lunchtime.
Madame Lan? Oh, sorry. I spaced out. Whatever works for you. Alright, Fairy. We'll head off then. Can you let Hu Tao know where we are when she gets back?
Sure. Take care, everyone.
No worries.
Butler Anne?
Ma'am, do you happen to know who that young lady with the black hair is?
I haven't met her before, but that silver swallow hairpiece makes me wonder if she's from Chenyu Vale.
Chenyu Vale,
Something the matter?
Well, it's just... So the other day, when I was out shopping, I ran into her and Master. They were chatting away, and I noticed that she showed him a very peculiar-looking rattan figure. Later that day, as I was moving his lordship to a more comfortable bedroom, I saw something underneath his bed. And would you know it, it was that same rattan figure. There was some kind of spell written on it. It was icy cold to the touch and made the whole room chilly. The whole thing seems very sinister.
Oh my goodness. Are you suggesting that there could be unnatural causes behind his lordship's condition? Well, I've heard they practice Chi-Man magic in Chenyu Vale. Pentad fortune conveyance, fate transference, and the like.
The last thing I want to do is start suspecting anyone, but... With his lordship bedridden and Master urging me to start discussing funeral arrangements, I can't help but think. Sorry. Look at me rambling away. I'm sure I'm just being paranoid. Please forget I said anything and certainly don't repeat this to anyone else.
Don't worry, Butler Anne. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor understands the importance of discretion. Client confidentiality is paramount.
Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go get food. Oh, nom nom.
Dad, I brought some friends over. I'm cooking today. Dad? Dad?
Over here, Xiangling.
Hi, Chef Mao.
Oh, there he is. He's over at Ying R's place. Let's go say hi.
Sup?
Huh? Timaeus? What's wrong with him?
That scent. Oh, this is so embarrassing. A few days ago, he said he wanted to come and spend the festival with me, but he started to feel unwell as soon as he arrived last night, and now he's gone and passed out. I think maybe the journey took it out of him, or perhaps he caught a cold on the way. Anyway, I was about to take him to Boo Boo Pharmacy to see the doctor, so I asked Chef Mao to watch the store while I'm gone.
Wait, you weren't gonna carry him all that way by yourself, were you? Let us help.
I couldn't possibly ask that of you.
Don't mention it, let's just get him to the doctor. Yes, indeed.
If you're sure. I'm very grateful for the help.
Why don't I watch the store? As it happens, I know a thing or two about perfume.
I'm sorry, I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, this is Madame Lan Yen, a craftswoman from Chenyu Vale. You can trust her.
I'm sure we can.
Oh, a friend of yours then. Thank you, Madame Lanyen. That would be a huge help.
Xiangling, I guess that means we're free to head back. Let's get cooking so the troops can feast on their triumphant return.
Great minds think alike, Dad. Go on, get Timaeus to Boo Boo Pharmacy. And don't forget to come eat when you're done.
You got it.
Thank you all.
Bring Timaeus to Baby Pharmacy. Baiju takes you to the back room for examination. Surprised to see two familiar faces there. Oh, hello. Happy Lantern Rite.
What do you mean by that? Oh no, did you get sick too?
No, not me. Chicho. It's my great-grandfather a few days ago. Didn't have the strength to get out of bed, now he slipped into a coma.
Oh no! Sorry to hear that. That sounds really serious.
It's not looking good. We've had several doctors come and see him, but none of them could tell what's wrong. All left without even writing a prescription.
None of them could figure out what it was? That seems strange.
He is over 100 years old now. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a given. Just struggling to come to terms with it. The butler came to see me a few days ago, insisting that the great-grandfather had been cursed. He urged me to get an exorcist involved. I went to take a look inside his ship's room. There was definitely a strange chill in the air, but I'm confident it's not caused by evil spirits. Professor of Death, sign that death is near.
Oh no. Singcho, this must be so hard for you.
I'll be okay. Honestly, my father and grandfather were all the hardest hit by it. As prepared as we can be under the circumstances. Well, this is depressing.
Feeling any better?
Much better. Feel fit as a fiddle. I'm sure this is because I forgot to eat breakfast. Yes, it will be, you dumbass.
It's
Dumbass.
fit as a fiddle, dear. As in the instrument, not the finger twitching.
It's nothing serious. Probably just exhaustion from the long journey. Then not resting properly afterwards.
It's all my fault.
Oh, he still gives me the creeps.
I'm prescribing a nutritious soup to be taken every night before bed. Here's the recipe. That should sort him out. But if his symptoms persist, make sure to come and see me again.
Soup.
Thank you, Dr. Baiju.
Soup is medicine.
Looks like Timaeus is gonna be alright. That's a relief.
Soup.
Eing-R, you should probably get this guy back right away. Baiju says he needs to rest.
Agreed. Plus, I shouldn't keep Madame Lanyen waiting too long. Drop by later when you've got a second, so I can thank you both properly.
Soup. Dr. Baiju.
Ah, Master Xingqiu. I won't beat around the bush. The situation is looking a little more complicated than I'd initially thought.
Oh? What do you mean? Baiju wasn't speaking the whole truth just now. Timaeus' situation is exceptionally strange and strikingly similar to his lordship's condition. Weird. Wait, so Timaeus had the same illness as my
It would appear so, although it's debatable whether it is an illness per se. The truth is, they are both aging at an accelerated rate. Yes, significantly faster than the average person. But so far, I have not managed to determine the cause.
How has he managed to determine that they're aging at an accelerated rate? He's not observed them over any length of time, unless they're literally accelerating like a month a minute.
Cutting years off their lives? What a turn of phrase! That sounds horrible!
It's meant to. I've even tried using a secret art on Timaeus earlier, but it was useless. It's the most stubborn disease.
There are a few other remedies I can try, even if it's just trial and error at this point. This morning I sent Chi-Chi to Mount Chingsa to look for a certain herb. There's still a chance we might turn things around if we're lucky. Oh, and speaking of Chingsa, has his lordship been there recently, Master Xingqiu?
Chingsa village, you mean? Yes, we visit there every year during Lantern Rite to run a clinic. But this year, before the clinic had even started, they sent someone all the way here to ask for medical advice.
And then the patient from Mondstadt, who I just saw, tells me he stopped off in Chingsa village during his journey. I can't help but wonder if there's some connection.
Not mistaken, I do believe great-grandfather visited some friends in Chingsa village not long ago. My father went with him. I've heard rumours about a god's remains in Chingsa. What's causing this? Hidden palace. It was enchanted with 7 and 8 Kate's method.
Wait, so Taodu's remains? That's what's causing this mystery illness?
Not to steal anyone's thunder, but while I do suspect a connection with Chingsa village, I highly doubt that god remains are the cause.
Good point. Then what could be the true cause?
Master Xingqiu, I will head to Chingsa village to investigate further after Chi-Chi returns. Hopefully, I will have more answers after that.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Yeah, we're pros at gathering stuff. Just tell us where to go and we'll track down those herbs, no problem.
I am most grateful for the offer. I'll be sure to let you know if I need your assistance. Merely doing my duty. Don't worry about me. I'm keenly aware of my limits.
Okie dokie.
Hey, come on now. We get that you don't want us to worry, but there's no need to downplay it, alright? We should be supporting you here, not the other way around.
I was a lot smarter than I remember.
Hey! Paimon's always been smart.
No. Living life, dying death. She must be exceptionally busy these days. I've barely seen her at all. How about we go for a meal together in a few days' time, when everything's calmed down?
Even though Baizhu ruled out God remains as the cause, Paimon still wants to get to the bottom of this Taodu business. Oh, it's a shame Kuching had to disappear before she could tell us more. True. Then let's head back and ask her. Come on, Xiangling's waiting on us too.
Okay. I'm starting to fade a little. Mondays are always tough. I don't know why I struggle so much with Monday. Especially a Monday after I've been off sick so long.
Take it easy.
A little bit more, and I may have to go and do a bit of self-care instead. No, I was not. I worked today.
Ah, you're back. Thanks again for helping me get Timaeus to the doctor. Please, take this Mora as a small token of our gratitude.
shouldn't have. I barely lifted a finger. I doubt you carried me all the way to Boo Pharmacy on one finger.
Paimon thinks you're misunderstanding what that phrase means, but okay.
You'll have to excuse him. I think his efforts to learn the local dialect have fried the language part of his brain.
Alright, well, no more studying for you. Go get some rest, doctor's orders. And if you take a turn for the worse, get back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away.
But you said you was tired after a day off. No, I'm tired because it's a Monday, and because I've been off for so long, I'm struggling to adjust.
Ah, yes. I almost forgot to mention. She said she went to catch up with Director Who. She told me to pass on the message.
Wait, so she left?
What's this Center Spring under new management?
Perish the thought. Miss Ying'ar had to run an errand, so I'm just watching the shop until she gets back.
Well, Miss Temporary New Management, could I trouble you for 3 boxes of red dust under rolling clouds?
Red dust under rolling clouds. I think that rings a bell. Not a scent the average young lady would choose, though.
Correct. You probably would find it on the shelves. It's probably hidden in a corner in the back somewhere. Would you mind
Not
taking
at
it out?
all. One moment. Here. Is this what you're looking for? If I'm not mistaken, it's used exclusively for ritual purposes.
Oh, a lady of culture, I see. That is not common knowledge.
Let me wrap this up for you.
I see it now. You're from the long lineage of Shenyun Vale.
Huh? How can you tell?
Your hairpiece. It's a jade plume silver wing.
How did... Sorry, who are you?
I'm a fellow lady of culture, but alas, I'm in a rush today. I have to say goodbye for now. Hope you meet again, Miss Temporary New Management.
Huh? Grandpa was right. Liyue Harbor is full of hidden talents. I would never have expected the average perfume customer to be so knowledgeable.
Director Who? I gotta say, that outfit looks really good on you. Oh, that's good to hear.
Wait, Director Who?
Hey, we're back. Thanks for watching the store, Madame Lan.
Miss Ying'ar, that person you spoke to just now. Who was that?
Hu Tao, Director Hu Tao of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Huh? But I thought she wore the funeral parlor uniform with the Harmony hexagram hat?
I guess she just changed into something more festive for the festival.
Shoot! I was face to face with her, and I had no idea. Sorry, Miss Ying'ar. Something's come up. Please let the others know I had to leave.
Huh? What could possibly be so urgent?
And then she just ran off after Hu Tao. Weird.
Maybe she'll be at the funeral
Are
parlor.
you going to look for her? If so, could you take this with you? I just found it in the store.
Huh? Wait, isn't this one of those rattan figures?
Whatever it is, we don't sell them. So I'm guessing Madame Lan left it here by accident.
Yeah, well, she definitely makes these. Although, this one's pretty different from the one she made for the street fair. Plus, it has a sigil on it for some reason.
Not the kind of thing you see every day, that's for sure. It could be important, so if it does belong to Madame Lan, I'd like to get it back to her as soon as possible.
Well, then let's head back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor again. Whatever it's for, the sooner she gets it back, the better.